Hello, everybody. I want to talk about open doors and how we can start living again if and when we go through a very challenging loss, breakup, separation, etc. People in our lives will pass away, and someday we will join them, and those left behind have to decide whether they are going to sink or swim. And I don't want my passing to be in vain, and I hope that everyone that was a part of my life can say I've made their world a better place. And when we go through a divorce, same thing. And sometimes when our children decide to part ways, we have to learn how to get back up and rebuild our lives. And I can honestly say, had my daughters not walked away and disconnected, I would not have the life I have today. I'm not saying it was easy. I'm not saying at times I didn't struggle, that there were nights that I truly did lay in bed and cry. I wondered how I was going to make it, how I could face the future without my daughters, without the life I had not fantasized about, but had believed that I would be a part of. And so after I've had my losses, breakups, estrangements, I took time for myself, and I had to say, what does Laura want? What does she like to do? And what kind of music did I like? What kind of foods did I enjoy when I was younger, and maybe incorporate them into when I was an adult. So it's all about saying what once was is now not currently present. So what am I going to do? I remember meeting a woman. I mentioned this a while ago. She had lost her husband of 50 years. And I said, how is it that you smile every day? And she said, well, it's better to laugh than to cry. And she had to get back up and move on. She had to go to work. She had to figure it out. So is it easy? No. Is it painstaking? Absolutely. There is no magic pill for anything in life that is worth having or worth attaining. So after my daughters decided to part ways, I had to get up. I went to therapy. I started to work out. I started to do things I enjoyed. When I came home, the food I liked, my leftovers were in the fridge. I had to build a new space for myself. And I had to create a new existence. And when I took 10 years, went into inpatient therapy, talked to people, started to get new hobbies, gathered new friends, new loved ones. When I was in a really good place in my life, it was back in 2020. I was online, I was dating. I decided I would open myself up to love again, and I swiped right or left. I was on Tinder, whatever way you swipe to say that you are interested. And the other person swiped right, and we met, and that was it. And I met my very best friend. And so I truly believe, had my daughter still been a part of my life, I would not be walking this path. I would not be sitting here today in the existence I hold. I have peace. I have joy. Losing my daughters meant facing myself, facing who I really was, and digging deep and really dealing with the traumas and the pains, and rewiring my brain after a military assault, reframing what I had been taught in my childhood about how this is the way it was going to be. You know, you grow up, you get married, you have children, then you have grandchildren, you live happily ever after. And that simply was not on my plate. So I had to let all of that go. And I had to look at what I could see, touch, taste, and feel, and grab a hold of the blessings that were waiting for me. And now I'm married to my very best friend. We have a home, a fixer-upper. I live in a small neighborhood, and we have a half an acre next to a marsh, and it's very quiet. I also have dogs and birds and other reptiles, and I have myself. I had to find myself again. So, and a lot of times in relationships, we don't do that because they keep us from really focusing on what we need to do. So, anyways, that's what I wanted to share. I've been blessed. I am a blessed woman. And so, anyways, I turned that lemons to lemonade with a splash of vodka, and I smiled today. So, anyways, that's all I wanted to share, and I'll be back.